Hey y'all, welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, thanks so much for joining. My name is Misty, and today I am bringing you another episode of our Decades Legacy Challenge. As you can see, we are here with Norma. She is feeling really sad because there has been a loss in the family. We have lost Helen and Merida due to old age. Both of them have passed away in 1954 due to old age, and as you can see, Norma is really feeling the loss of her aunts. She is just here having a little bit of a pep talk in the mirror this morning. It is about 1:40 a.m. We are just going to go ahead and in this episode see how their life is getting on. We're going to see if her and Matty are going to go ahead and begin their family together. Gemma, as we know, is in the music industry. Matty is in the culinary career. He is aspiring to be a master chef. He is working really hard at that. Norma currently is not employed, and I am hesitant to get her into a career because in this decade, if you are childbearing, if you have a child, you can't actually have a job as a female until your child is, I believe, a teenager is what it said. So if I got her a job and she ended up pregnant, I would have to make her quit her job and be home with the child. So I'm just waiting to see if they are expecting before I decide what to do as far as a career goes for her. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump in and get started with the episode. She is distraught over the loss of her family members, and she is really trying hard to get herself cheered up in the mirror here. We definitely need to get a family portrait of her and Matty on the wall here. That being said, if we do that, it's going to put Gemma in the photo too. But I guess that is okay. So I will probably get a family portrait put on the wall for the house purposes. And that way we'll have a photo of them on the wall here in the new house. And at some point I will probably redo this bedroom here that has the twin bunks, just because we'll need a kid's room. And yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. It looks like Matty had started a meal here and then he just kind of left it. So I'm going to get him in here, hopefully to finish this if I can. Let's see if I can get him working on that. And Norma has just gone on outside and has decided to work on some of the plants here, and hopefully that will get her in a little bit of a better mood. Maybe she can also go ahead and scatter some feed for the chickens because they are going to need to be fed. I know she doesn't typically deal with the animals. She's not a huge fan of the chickens, but they have to be fed nonetheless. So since she's up and out here and Gemma is asleep, we'll just have her go ahead and deal with that. Looks like all of these plants in these are good. Poor Norma is really feeling it. I feel so bad for her. He did not fix that meal. Get in here and fix this meal, sir. Okay, so he is gonna go in here into the kitchen and fix this meal up and get it all cooked up for the family, and that way they'll have something to eat. Just didn't have a counter to work on. That was the problem. Norma is just helping herself to a little bit of cathartic fishing here, and hopefully that will help with improving her mood. And then once she's done with that, I'll probably get her in to have a little bit of a shower. She's like, I suck at this. Okay, go ahead, go have yourself a shower. The poor dear is really struggling. You know, I think maybe you might want to go for a run at some point. That tends to improve your mood. So maybe after you got your hygiene up, you can go for a bit of a jog. You know, and get dirty all over again. But whatever the case is, whatever helps improve her mood is kind of what I'm going for here. Because it does look like, as of right now, she's going to be mourning for 7 days. So if they have not already gotten themselves pregnant, then we will not be able to try again for 7 days because she is mourning for 7 days over the loss of her aunts. And Matty has reached cooking level 5. And why don't you go ahead and get yourself some food. She is so distraught. She's sitting in the tub crying. Oh my goodness, the poor dear. Okay, go for a jog. See if that helps your mood. poor thing is just extremely distraught over the loss in the family. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemma up out of bed and let her get some food as well and a bathroom. She's feeling extremely confident this morning, which is great news, and she doesn't seem to be too disturbed by the loss in the family. But that being said, she just married into the family. She wasn't maybe really close with Liam's siblings, so she was definitely close with Cora, and Cora's loss really upset Gemma. But Helen and Merida are significantly, or were a little bit older than Gemma, so Gemma's maybe not as affected by their loss as you know, she could have been. That being said, Norma is obviously quite a bit younger than Gemma, but it was her aunts, so maybe she's just a little more emotional than Gemma is. I don't really know. The run didn't really seem to help her all that much. Officially in the year 1955 in the save file currently. So we have made it to 1955. We are getting so close to moving into our next decade already. I can't believe we are moving through this so quickly. You might as well clean up a little bit, Gemma. And it looks like Nettie and Dave have had themselves a female baby. So we have had an addition to the family tree that we will have to update as well. And I obviously take care of that off of camera, but I will update our family tree. You can go look at our Plumtree app online. The Plumtree app link is in the description box as always, and I keep that up to date, and you can go take a look at that. The Plumtree app is full of a bunch of information about our Sims as well as their photos, and our family tree is definitely growing. All right, let's just make sure he met his task for the day, and it looks like he did. He has work in 2 hours time, and it looks like Gemma just needs to practice some music. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her in here working on practicing some music here for her job. And Norma needs to head herself off to the loo. And Maddie's like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize you were so good at playing. And Gemma's like, oh, thank you. I've been practicing, but I do this for work. And he's like, well, I realize that you do it for work, but I didn't realize you were that good. Like, you're really outstanding. And she's like, oh, I really appreciate those kind words. She really has gotten quite good at the piano playing. And Norma is just being very domestic and doing the laundry, which we love. She's doing that autonomously in the beginning, so now I'll just have her continue on, I guess. She's feeling a little bit happy right now, and she isn't really sad. So maybe we should have them go ahead and try for a baby while she is happy. They can go and have themselves a bit of a woohoo before he goes off to work. So she's like, do you want to go ahead and go in there and try for a baby? And he's like, yeah, let's go ahead and go try before I have to head into my shift. And she's like, okay. So they're going to go in. They have been discussing having a child. Both of them would be happy to have a child, and they are going to go in here. They're unfortunately going to use her mother's bed, which is not ideal, but they're going to try for a baby here and see if they are lucky enough to get themselves knocked up. And we obviously won't know that for a little while. We still can't take a pregnancy test, and so we will have to wait and see if Norma is pregnant or not after a few days' time. It will let us know if she is pregnant or not, and that will obviously be interesting and exciting once we find out if she is expecting. But they are going to go ahead and just try, and they have both reached romance level 2, which is fantastic. And she's just going to come on outside here and deal with some of these plants. They need to be weeded and harvested, and so she's going to handle that. I really wish she wasn't doing it in her nightgown, but we won't judge. How are you doing with your work task? Okay, that's complete, and you go to work in 2 hours. You need the comedy skill. How do I get you the comedy skill? Use the microphone, write jokes on the computer, or read a comedy skill book. Okay, let's get you a comedy skill book. So Norma is just watching a little bit of television. I am just going to have to change this channel. Watch channel. Let's watch the news. You need to go to work, sir. No, you should not miss. You should go to work. Why are you not going to work? Go to work. Okay, let's get him off to work there. And all right, Matty is off to work. We're just going to go ahead and get him working hard here. And Gemma is working on her comedy and has reached level 2, and that's great. She has to go to work in 6 hours time. And once she goes into work, she will be able to go ahead and get herself a promotion, which is fantastic. And she is feeling really, really happy right now, which is overriding all of her sadness, which is perfect news. She's so happy from being just married and from dealing with her plants right now, which has made her really, really happy. As far as her woohoo, it doesn't seem that she had the best woohoo. It says they need a little bit of improvement on their woohoo skills. Well, they are newly married, and so, you know, they're also new at the woohoos. So it would make sense that they are, you know, probably needing some practice in that area. Let's go out here and get her to hatch these eggs. So she absolutely loved that, hatching the little egg and getting the little chick. She's feeding them, and then I'm going to have her go ahead and collect some more eggs. We'll get her to clean the coop because it is getting dirty a little bit. And it seems like we have so many chickens right now, and because of that, everything is going really quickly as far as the feed. So I'm going to get her to scatter quite a bit of feed. That way there is enough for everyone to eat. Hello, is anyone home? It looks like Neil is visiting. So we'll go ahead and invite Neil in to visit, and we will hang out with Neil for a little while. And as we know, our new name is Haskins because we did marry.
Oh, think well.
So let's just see what Neil is up to today. We will go ahead and, you know, get to know a little bit better and ask how the day is. It looks like our dryer has busted.
Ooh, keep that. Oh.
I'll get Gemma in there to go ahead and repair that. While these two just sit here and hang out and talk for a little bit and reminisce, because as you remember me telling you in the last episode, they have become really good friends. When she was looking for someone to be in a relationship with, these two became really good friends. It says, "You're so fun to be around. I really enjoy spending time with you, and I hope you feel that way about me too." So these two have a sentiment that has gained between the two of them, and she's now acquired the baking skill while talking to him, which is great. She's learned he is ambitious and mysterious. They became really good friends, like I said, almost best friends. They didn't have a whole lot of romance going on. Initially, they had a small little bit of romance that had kind of started, but then the more that they kind of tried to do romantic endeavors, that just kind of got really awkward, and they just decided that they were better off as friends, and they became really, really close really fast. And then she met Matty, and her and Matty just hit it off right from the start. It was love at first sight. So these two are really, really close, her and Neil, in the friendship department. He has gone outside to read a book, which is great. Now that you have fixed that, can you go ahead and clean that lint tray and then dry the laundry, please, Gemma? And we're receiving a phone call from Evangeline. Says, "Norma, thank you for suggesting I hang out with Shigeru Fujiwara. We had a spectacular time." Yeah, you're welcome. I think you should be friends with a lot of people, Evangeline. Eva is obviously looking to make lots of friends. She is on her own now and as a young adult, and obviously her life is continuing on. Hopefully she will find somebody that she can be with. I don't know that, you know, she wants necessarily to be with anyone. We'll just have to see how that works out. She is a little bit difficult, that one, and kind of beats to her own drum. But if she decides to go ahead and get in a relationship with anyone, it will be interesting to see who she chooses. And I would be excited to see how that works out for her. So Norma's just going to go on out and get a little bit of fishing in. As you can see, Neil's come out to play in the pond, which is actually kind of adorable. But she's going to get a little bit of fishing in. She's like, Neil, how am I supposed to get any fishing done with you scaring all the fish away? And he's like, I can't help myself. This reminds me of the pond that I had when I was a little boy, and that's all I ever did was go and jump around in it. And she's like, it's fine. It's a good thing that our fish are used to that kind of behavior, because my brothers used to do the same thing with these fish. So they're used to it. Nothing scares them anymore. He just kind of laughs. And that is so true. And actually, to be completely honest, this pond been trampled in like that ever since Frederick O'Hara, from the very, very beginning. So these fish are quite used to all of that nonsense. They truly, truly are. So let's go ahead and see what her thing says. Deep connection from building strong relationships with others is a cause for happiness. But she's also indignant from her veteran trait. It says, life isn't fair and Norma wants to take it out on the world. So she's kind of got some underlying anger going on right now from her veteran trait. She's doing pretty good with her fishing skill right now, which is great to see. She was struggling earlier, but now she's kind of got the hang of it. It's doing pretty good. As you can see, Gemma and Neil are just having a little bit of a conversation. They're getting to know one another, and she's like, I don't think we've met. He's like, no, we haven't. I actually was, a potential suitor for your daughter Norma, but it just didn't work out. Her and I have since then become really good friends, and I have also become friends with your daughter Eva. And she's like, oh, Eva, really? And he's like, friends, we're friends. And she's like, oh, well, maybe you could. And he's like, but for now we're friends. And she's like, very good. Gemma in her mind is like always thinking of matchmaking. All she cares about is her kids getting with someone and having babies. She just wants this family to progress. Matty's back home and he is feeling pretty tired, so I am going to let him go and just get himself a little bit of rest. And then Gemma is going to go ahead and head herself off to work. I'm going to go ahead and let Norma stop fishing now, because she also is feeling pretty exhausted and could stand to use a little bit of rest, but instead she's opting for the coffee pot. She's like, I could maybe go get some rest, but I think I'm just going to have a cup of joe. Really? The only bad thing about having a coffee pot, they refuse to rest and instead drink tons of caffeine. Back to sadness. All of her happy feelings have gone away, and now she is back to being really, really sad. There's no one here to distract her mind, and she's all by herself. Her mom's gone to work, her husband's gone to bed, even Neil has left, and she's all by herself to just think. And unfortunately, her sad thoughts have returned, and she's just sitting here tired, hyped up on some caffeine, and her thoughts are running rampant with her. And she's just thinking how sad it is that she's lost her aunts, and she's like, we're all just getting so much older, and it's really sad. Evangeline is calling us again. Hi, Hank has asked me on a date. Should I say yes? I mean, sure. It's just a date. Go ahead and go on a date. She's gonna go cry in the closet. The poor dear is really struggling. And after she's done crying to herself in the closet there, I'm gonna have her go on and go to bed. Go on, Norma. Head yourself off to bed there, sweet girl. And Matty, I think you should get up and get yourself something to eat. Matty's feeling a little bit tense from his first day of work. It was a rough day for him, stressful. Sometimes a day of work is just a bit more stress than you can handle. So he did have a little bit of a stressful day today. He worked himself really, really hard on his first day, and it was just a little bit much. So he's feeling a bit tense, but aside from that, I think he's okay. He is a natural chef. If you look in his Somology panel, it does say here he is a natural chef. The sim is not only probably won't set your kitchen afire, but he also has a great natural potential in the arts of creating flavor. He will easily develop cooking and baking skills, which is why he decided to go into the culinary career. What are you doing? You're gonna have more food? Are you still hungry? No, you're not still hungry. Don't eat that too. You're not hungry. You need to go to the bathroom. Let's put this back in the fridge. Go to the washroom. Go on now. And then when you're done, you can go back to bed. And Gemma, you can work hard, dear. Get yourself that promotion. You know you need it. All right, and I will catch back with you guys in the morning when everyone wakes. Norma has woken. It's 11 o'clock at night, and she really has to pee. It says here, really has to pee. If she doesn't get to a toilet very quickly, there's going to be a puddle problem. So I'm going to let her go ahead and get to the bathroom really quick. It woke her up in the middle of the night. So she is just going to go to the washroom there, and then I'm going to have her go ahead and get in here and grab herself some food because she's also quite hungry. And so we'll get her a bit of leftovers here. It's like literally the middle of the night, but she is feeling quite famished. Gemma is home, and also Gemma did get promoted to opening act, and it says here she's going to make an additional 14 per hour for a grand total of 54 per hour. And she also got the following bonus of 595 simoleons and a Rock of Ages retro stereo. So that's great news. She's also having herself a bite to eat, and then when she's done with that, I'm going to get Gemma into bed. And poor Norma, honey, what is your deal? Your needs now are in fantastic shape, but it's like midnight. What are we going to do with you now? You can't just stay up all night long, all sad and thinking about your family members. She could stand to use a little bit of a bath, so I am going to go ahead and let her take a bath. It's because she has a caffeine buzz. That's her problem. Coffee's still in her system. So I'll let her take a bath, and then she can deal with some of this laundry, and maybe, you know, the caffeine will wear off, and then we can get her back into bed. As she sits in the tub and just cries and cries to herself because she's so upset by her family members being gone. Let's clean that lint tray. You might as well do some more laundry while you're at it. It's not going to do itself, Norma. Oh, and now Maddie's up at 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay, their sleep schedules are crazy. We're clearly going to have to do something about that. Come on in here and talk to your hubby. So they are just having a little bit of a chat. They are talking about it being 1955, and she's like, "Can you believe it's already 1955? I cannot believe it." She's gazing lovingly at her new spouse, and she's talking about how she's so lucky to be with him. She is just so smitten with him, and they are so in love.
The hair rush, wave!
Oh, Quapo!
Zaffle?
New beam! Ifla!
Right.
Oh, they're so sweet.
Oh,
She's like, "Do you want to go look at the stars with me?" And he's like, "I would absolutely love to go look at the stars with you." So they're going to go outside, and they're going to go and stargaze together. It'll be a beautiful night for it. Maybe he can get her cheered up some. He's like, "Look how beautiful they are, love." And she's like, "I know. I always loved going out and looking at the clouds during the day, but I think looking at the stars is my favorite now. They're just so beautiful. They shine so brightly." And he's like, "I know. They don't compare to you, though, my dear." And she's like, "Oh, you're such a charmer." He's like, "I'm serious. Nothing ever shines as bright as you do, my dear." He's like, "I can't believe we're not in bed. It's so late." And she's like, "I know, we probably really should be in bed, but I'm wide awake. What about you?" He's like, "I am too. I took a little bit of a nap, and I think maybe we probably should have waited and gone to bed at a decent hour." And she's like, "I agree. Now our sleep schedule's all screwed up." And he's like, "Yeah, but, you know, if you think about it, when we have a child, we're going to be going through this then too." And she's like, "That's true, Maddie. That's so true. Maybe we're just trying to get some practice in. Maybe us trying for a baby worked. What do you think?" And he's like, "I don't know, maybe it's like us having ESP or something." She's like, "Oh, that'd be so nice if we ended up pregnant and we just kind of knew it before we knew it." He's like, "Yeah, maybe that is what it is." I do think, though, that you guys should get to bed. So go to bed. Both of you go to bed. He's like, I'll go to the couch. No, you can go to bed. He's like, I'll go to the couch and nap. And I'm like, negative, sir. You can go to sleep. Everyone's going to bed, and then I will actually catch back with you guys when they wake in the morning. Good morning. It is about 5:20 a.m. and everyone is up. Gemma here is just walking around the house feeling in such a happy mood. She's gotten a book here to read and she's feeling just great. Matty is feeling super inspired this morning, and even Norma is feeling quite playful today. So we love that. Everyone's feeling pretty top-notch. They got quite rested and they're doing well, they're all pretty fantastic and you can't really complain. Oh, I love it. Maddie's even helping out with the laundry. We freaking love that. Maddie, you are awesome. Go ahead and dry it. I love that you put it in the dryer, but let's actually dry it. Okay, how are you guys' needs? Maddie's like, I could stand for some food. All right, let's do it. And Norma is just having a little bit of television time, which doesn't surprise me at all. She does like her television time. And I'm just going to get Gemma out here taking care of the animals, collect the eggs, clean the coop. You know the drill. And Norma, you need to come out and weed and water. And you can clean up the mess that you created, sir, because you decided to eat, and so you need to clean up after yourself. So everyone is just taking care of themselves and the house, which is great. Go ahead and empty that trash. It's going to get full soon if you don't, and we don't want the bugs in the house. All right, sir, do you work today? You work in 3 days' time. Okay, great. So he's off for 3 days. Today is Talk Like a Pirate Day, which I don't know if anyone is going to meet those goals for Talk Like a Pirate Day or not. You know, it is just one of those random holidays that nobody really cares about. So there's that. It does look like Gemma could care less, Matty could care less, but Norma wants to actually talk like a pirate. So we will go ahead and let her talk like a pirate to her mom so that she can meet that goal for the day so that she's not sad about it. So we'll have her come tell a tale of the sea. Alright, so she has met that goal for the day, which is perfect. Now she'll be a happy girl, which we love. We always want Norma being happy. She does like a little bit of mischief, so it doesn't surprise me actually that she would like the Pirate Day. She always has been the one that likes to do a little bit of mischievous things. She has always been one for liking to kind of get herself into a little bit of mischief and fool around and, you know, always be there for a little bit of a joke. So that is not surprising in the least. I'm gonna go ahead and get Gemma to do a little bit of laundry here, and Matty, I think I'm going to get in the kitchen doing a little bit of cooking. I'm just going to get him to serve a little bit of breakfast. He can do some fruit and yogurt parfait. That sounds freaking fantastic. And once again, Norma is back in here to the television, watching a little bit of telly, which is perfectly fine. Mom and daughter just sitting watching some television together. If they would just watch the correct channel, that would be the better of, you know, it would be better. But instead they want to watch channels they're not allowed to watch, so I'll have to change that for them. How's it coming? He has acquired the gourmet cooking skill, which is fantastic news. And he is just working really hard on this parfait here. Oh, that looks lovely. You've done a fantastic job, Matty. And it looks like she wants to go have a little bit of a chat with him. So he's come in to have a chat with her. And they're talking a little bit about some paintings. And he's like, do you like anything other than television? Do you like art? And she's like, I like art, okay, that's fine. I just find that, you know, I haven't really had time lately to do a lot of painting. Really, my sister did most of the painting. She liked to paint a lot, Lindsay did. And honestly, when I think about it, it makes me a little bit sad. And he's like, I'm not trying to make you sad, love. And she's like, well, now I am sad because now I'm thinking about family members. And now I'm going to have to go give myself a pep talk. So now she's going in here to give herself a pep talk in the mirror because she's
Rhino?
thinking about her family members that she's lost now. And,
What's
you
a
know,
meatloaf?
she is
Riesel.
super sad about the fact
Jumbo.
that everyone around her, you know, that she loves is, you know, no longer around. And he's like, I didn't mean to upset you. I really didn't. And she's like, I know you didn't, dear. I understand that. It's just, there has been so much loss in my life and so many people that I have had to let go of. And it's just not fair.
That was sneefa.
And I think truly that she unfortunately has a bit of survivor's guilt about losing Lindsay the way she did in the war. And now her aunts are gone, which thankfully they just died of old age. I mean, not thankfully, but you know what I'm saying. Like, they didn't die of anything drastic or anything like that. They just lived a long, healthy life, and it was just their time to go. But she still was really sad about it. She's like, I have to get something in my stomach. I am starving to death. I don't know what the deal is, but it's like I just can't get enough to eat today. And he's like, really? And she's like, well, yeah, I just feel like I'm famished. And he's like, that's interesting. What do you think it is? And she's like, I really don't know, but I can tell you that I just feel like I am so hungry. And he's like, maybe. And she's like, don't get your hopes up, Matty. We don't know yet, okay? We just don't know. And he's like, I'm just saying maybe, dear. Just maybe. Maybe you're pregnant. She's like, we don't know that. Today is her ovulation day. Matty, you and Norma need to do the deed. Heave ho with Norma. She's like, well, I've run off. Don't go jogging. Come back. Let's see if I can get them to do the deed. Heave ho. Hold on. Try for a new pirate. There we go. Where are you two headed? They are going to go ahead and try for a new little pirate. Maybe. Where's he headed? He's going to go chat with her outside. He's making her walk all the way back outside so he can be like, hey, you want to try for a new little pirate?
What's a slang?
It is a very, very hot day today. And so they are burning up. But they are trying again for a new little pirate here on Talk Like a Pirate Day, which will definitely meet their goals here. And once again, the dryer is busted. Get her to repair that. Norma would love to have a child and is hyped to be trying for a pregnancy. Yay! That's exciting. She's pleasantly satisfied from that woohoo. That woohoo was something to remember. Okay, so their woohooing is getting better, guys, which is great news indeed because, you know, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Gemma, did you already fix that? Go repair that, please. Go repair that dryer. I do believe that she is working today. Yep, she is. So she needs to get to level 3 of her comedy. Let's get her reading this book when she's done. And do you work today? No, you don't work today, so you're good to go. And Norma is not currently working, so she's fine. I'm just going to get her cleaning up in here a little bit. And then it looks like we need to go ahead and just let Gemma do her thing. She doesn't have to, she needs to practice music also on top of her comedy. Oh my goodness, she may not be able to meet both of her work tasks for today because, you know, it is what it is. It looks like Neil is back over to visit. All right, hello Neil, how are you doing? Hanging out with Matty. Again, Matty and Neil, really good friends. They live together in the potential men's place. So they're really close. Why don't you practice this banjo here? You need to do something with your time. And if you don't like that, then you can do a playful painting. All right, Matty, your job is going to be to take care of scattering some feed. And you can also, can you clean this coop up? No, it doesn't need to be cleaned. Okay, great. You can at the very least scatter some feed. All right, Gemma. How's your comedy skill going? Oh my goodness, you have so long to go before level 3. You're not gonna make it. Alright, so she did not level up her comedy. She is not going to be able to finish her comedy skill because she decided to go ahead and continue with her practicing of the music. So there is that. It looks like Matty is just out here talking to Neil. He's supposed to be taking care of the animals, but I think he finished that up. So he is just having some conversations with Neil out here. And Norma is just playing the banjo. She's having a great old time, actually. She's doing really well. It says, bringing out the best. Norma can be inspired to be her best self around a sim she adores. Well, that's great. She's feeling really, really sad. I'm going to have her go ahead and do a little bit of painting here. I know, you are so hot. It's so hot out. Alright, you need to go to work. Off to work Jimmy goes. Alright, Matty, what are you up to, sir? Go to the bathroom and get yourself something to eat. Gemma is feeling really tired. She could stand for almost a nap, but as we know, I don't want her getting herself thrown off the sleep schedule here. It is only 5:30, so I'm going to try to push her as long as I can until she just absolutely has to go to bed, and then we'll get her into bed in a decent hour, and hopefully she'll sleep through the night. Oh shoot, there's a fire. Let's go ahead and get him put out. Extinguish, extinguish. Norma's here to save the day. Oh, shit. What were you doing? You were trying to do... Oh, okay. She's like, Neil, what were you doing? He's like, oh, I'm still on fire a little bit. Okay. Honestly, what were you doing? He's like, I was trying to do laundry in your house, but obviously that didn't work. Oh, good golly. He's like, I'm going to use your shower. Oh my gosh. You can't extinguish him. He's already been put out. She is like so tired and she really wants to go to bed. Instead, she's going to go have herself some coffee. Okay, have yourself a coffee and maybe it'll wake you up a little bit. I just need you to not go to bed. So she's going to have herself a cup of coffee. Matty, sir, out of bed. Come over here and get yourself some food. It says he's really tense. Fire is out. Thank goodness the fire is over. Could it have been any worse? And stealth surroundings because he's materialistic. He gets tense if he hasn't admired something he just bought recently. As well as uncomposed. He needs to write down his thoughts to decompress. Okay. Not only does he need to eat something, but I'm going to get him to brew a single cup. No. I'm going to get him to brew coffee. The phone's ringing. Have you heard? Painting paintings at the Romance Festival is the in thing right now. Do you want to try it out? I don't want to go to the Romance Festival. I don't think you should go to the Romance Festival. Aren't you getting married? She's going to go cry it out. She is so bloody sad. Norma is really having a tough go of it this episode. She truly is. I really think she needs some good news like, I don't know, I'm expecting, yay! That's what we need to hear. But instead, you know, we are not hearing that. Instead, we're just waiting. Okay, you can throw that away. You didn't need to move it from one area to the next. And then once you're done throwing that away, you can go ahead and go get yourself to the loo. Because you are about desperate for a wee again. Oh, Evangeline is calling and she said, remember when we talked about Hank? We went on a very nice date. That's great news. Congratulations. But please tell me, what in the hell are you wearing? Oh, she's wearing a pirate hat. Okay, because it's Pirate Day. I suppose that's fitting. Congratulations. Why is he so sick? From eating food containing meat. Oh, who told you to eat that? You decided to eat something you shouldn't have eaten. You're having more coffee? How much coffee do you need? Okay, why don't you go ahead and swab the deck. This sink is disgusting. It desperately needs cleaned. Okay, it is like 8 o'clock at night. I will probably wait until about, what, 9:30, and then I'll allow them to go to bed. By that point, Maddie's going to be so hyped up on coffee that, you know, he's not going to want to go to bed. Go throw up. I'm going to have him throw up that meat product that he just ate. She's like, oh my God, honey, are you okay? He's like, oh, I feel so much better now. Okay, clean that toilet. She's not your maid.
Sir?
She's like, okay, that's disgusting.
Free button move.
Like, really disgusting. I don't know, is it get bunked down or get 40 winks? I'm not sure. But either way, you should go ahead and get some sleep. It's 9 o'clock at night. I'm going to go ahead and let Norma get to bed. And after he is done cleaning, we'll go ahead and let him get some sleep as well. And then I will catch back up with you guys in the morning. And it should be closing in on 1956. And hopefully we'll be finding out some information. Oh no, our banana trees have gone off. Son of a gun. Let's go ahead and get Gemma out here to dispose of these trees. We'll get her to dispose of the dead plant. And then she can come and grab some food. And head herself off to bed. And Matty's up from his little nap there, and he is just taking out the trash. Oh, maybe not. He's getting some exercise in. Okay, Matty, we love that for you. That being said, what the heck? I really wanted you to sleep through the night, Matty, but instead you took yourself 15 cups of coffee and a nap, and now you're good to go. At 11 p.m., you're wide awake. So I'm just going to let Matty go to the bathroom, and then he can get himself off to bed. And then I will check back with you guys in the morning. It is 3 o'clock in the morning. Norma has woken up really hungry. I am not sure why she's woken up so early, but her needs are in crazy shape. She is wide awake, but starving. So she's grabbed herself a little parfait here, and she is just having herself a little bit of yogurt parfait that her loving husband has made. And she is, it looks like, oversensitive from her premenstrual syndrome. No one seems to understand or care about what Norma is going through right now. At the moment, she can't seem to keep her emotions in check. The effects of having a monthly cycle has left her in a complete wreck. So I don't know if she is going to actually be pregnant or not. It seems that it's a possibility that maybe she is going to actually end up not pregnant. It looks like Charlie and Finnegan had a female baby. Okay, we'll have another baby added to the family tree. But guys, I am going to go ahead and leave this episode here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified when new episodes go live on the channel. And I will see you guys in the next one. But until then, I'm going to go ahead and fly for now. Bye, Ravens.